July 1914, Bromsgrovian. We ourselves are dreaming of 7 weeks' glorious rest, of the briny sea and of all its pleasures, and by the time this appears in print, those dreams will be very near fulfillment. Is it not therefore our duty to wish everyone the best of weather and the best of everything during the long summer holidays? November 1914 editorial. Never, we can confidently affirm, have our predecessors been faced with such a situation as we are. In face of nations at death grips, words seem to fail us, and the complaint we have now to offer is not lack of subject matter, but such overwhelming quantity as defies the limits of ordinary prose. All those who have just left us, our immediate predecessor in office included, together with many of those of whom we only know the names, and who left many years ago, are serving their king in all positions. Some are at the front, and one, Lieutenant R.L. Spreckley, who little more than 2 years ago shared with another the duties of our post, has already met his death. The following letter is taken from the Worcester Herald. One fellow Spreckley, who comes from north of Worcester, earned the V.C. twice over before he was killed. He was hit in the leg at a critical moment, went back and got dressed and hobbled up to the firing line in the woods, cheering his men on. He was hit again and did ditto, getting back just as his fellows were breaking. He rallied them and drove the Germans on, only to be shot when the situation was saved. A.C. Cherry, Hennick Hall, Worcester.
I realise now that war is nothing but a horrible crime, bringing with it so much heartache. I give up trying to describe it. It beats me. Today, yet another boy was brought in who had gone blind, yet he hadn't given up any hope. It still remains. But I know only a miracle can save him. He told me his name was Tom, like my brother. I haven't seen him in 3 years, and every day I worry. What if he's hurt? I hope you're okay, Dom. Please, please come back to me. It makes me feel a terrible sort of sadness that these boys will never see a day of sun again. They deserve so many more years. Injury upon injury, crying and shouting, bones being broken and shattered. These are just a few of the things that I've had to deal with today. Sometimes I feel so lost. I'm missing home, my mum in Brum, and all the nice things we used to do together. But I know those times are gone.
Arthur Chater Pepper was affectionately known as Chater. He was a young officer within the Worcestershire Regiment, who in December 1915 was sent to Egypt and attached to the Royal Flying Corps. After gaining his pilot's wings, he was sent to France and shot down on the 6th of April 1916. His mother received the following letter.
Your son went down on a photographic reconnaissance with 5 other machines. The formation of the machines was attacked by German machines. 3 out of our 6 did not return. 1 was observed to go down in flames, and the other it is not certain about. Of course, there is a great deal of hope that your son managed to land on the German side of the lines without further mishap. It is believed that machine which went down in flames was a Mr. Bailey's, from what the other people tell me. I do not know how long it takes for the Germans to let people know the names of their prisoners. At any rate, it would be within 2 months of the day they were missing. I really think there is a good chance of your son being all right. Please accept my sincerest sympathy.
Chater's first letter to his mother describes just how worried he was about her. Although he tries to reassure her that he is safe and well, the fear of being a young, injured soldier in an enemy country is unmistakable. References to his current distressing ordeal and traumatic memory of his friend being shot down would have done very little to comfort his mother.
My own darling, darling mums, how I wish I could send you a cable or wire telling you that I am safe. I think my heart will break worrying about your anxiety. But as soon as you receive these letters, there will be no need to worry any more, as I am as safe as houses. Oh, how I love you, mums, darling. God in his goodness will help keep you safe and sound, I know. We will pray to him that this war will be over very soon, so that I can return to you all. I am in a cell in some old barracks here. You can hear the jailer walking up and down the passage with his bunch of keys. I expect they will send me to somewhere in Germany. After the last few days, the sooner the better. I am living in a state of continuous nightmare, and I can hear poor old Doug shouting, "Pepper, I'm hit!" as though he were in the room. God bless you, darling, till the end of the war. Cannot write any more. Kiss everyone for me. Give Dad my love. Your devoted, Chater.
Chater's letters to his mother provided minimal reassurance. Although he attempts to be light-hearted, his fear and depression is still evident. The final paragraph of this letter describes the helpless state he had been in.
I am afraid my letters in the beginning were pretty rotten and depressing, but I could not write any brighter. I am awfully sorry for it now, but do you know how I broke down completely when I started to write, and it took me about 3 hours at intervals to write them? I shall have a lot to tell you when I return. It is practically impossible to say much in a letter. Well, darling, we'll say adieu now.
An old boy to his school. The following verses, which we are allowed to print by the courtesy of Sir H.B. Sweet Escott O.B., were found among the papers of his youngest son, L.W. Sweet Escott O.B., who was killed in France on September the 25th last. We don't forget while in this dark December you sit in schoolrooms that we know so well, and hear the sounds that keenly we remember, the clock, the hurrying feet, the chapel bell. Others are sitting in the seats we sat in. There's nothing else that's altered there. And then, when leaving it the same old Greek and Latin, you know we don't forget. We don't forget you in the wintry weather, manning the trenches, training in frozen snow. You play the games we used to play together in days of peace that seemed so long ago. But while you're at it all, your games, your cheering, we other hosts in sterner conflict meet, and other sadder sounds our hearts are hearing. Be sure we don't forget. If we, your brothers true, for all your praying, to this dear school of ours return no more, but lie our country's debt of honour paying, and not in vain, upon the Belgian shore, till that great day when at the throne in heaven the books are opened and the judgment set, our lives for honour and for England given, our school will not forget.